I got inspired to make this video because I wore this fragrance yesterday out of the blue. I really wanted to try something different. I wanted to kind of smell something that I've been neglecting, and it's been the House of Oman Luxury. But yesterday I wore 𝘵𝘁𝘄𝘄𝘄, which is supposed to be just a light, sweet, white floral. But this light, sweet, white floral lasted me the entire day. And there was a moment yesterday that I had just sitting on my porch, rocking on my chair like a 70-year-old geriatric failure, that the wind picked up this scent profile and gave me this super calming, like, peace. Like, I thought I was going to die, the sense of peace that I felt smelling this fragrance. And I was like, let me go back and revisit the House of Oman Luxury and see which one of these joints I would recommend for y'all to check out, at very least sample, because clearly that felt like I was going to croak. Let's roll my fucking music so I can put you on to the 5 Oman Luxury fragrances that I would recommend before you die.
We're all alone. Friends on the south side, in case you cared. Out of all your friends, I want to be Cuba.
Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. That was just such a weird sensation. I'd never felt anything like that before. Literally sitting in a rocking chair, sucking down a little Buffalo Trace. That's become my new favorite bourbon. Wow, man, the Buffalo Trace joint for the price? Buttery smooth. And 𝘵𝘁𝘄𝘄𝘄, and I'll go over the notes with this joint because I had no idea. It was more that I just did this. I was like, let me just spray this joint on. I wore this joint and it was so casually soft, white floral and sweet, but it had this long-lasting calming effect that was perfect for the vibe that I was on yesterday. I was like, wow, what a great spontaneous choice for this doing nothing lazy vibe. So according to the Liar, it's apricot and carrot. Weird. Osmanthus, gardenia, beeswax, suede, and leather. So honestly, I get a lot of the white floral aspect. The sweetness absolutely comes from that apricot and a lot of that suede nuance at the base. Honestly, like, I feel like I was at a massage parlor about to get rubbed down with the wild oils and whatnot. And the air, what was permeating through the air, like if you had like an aroma 360, just putting some beautiful hotel scent in the air, wildly calming. I don't know what it is about this fragrance that has this super duper chill vibe for me. And yesterday was just one of those things that I was like, let me go back and revisit what this house can do or what gems they have. Because again, I smell stuff all the time and I don't remember. So if I can put you on or re-put you on to stuff that you can sample, why not? So for calm, chill, relax, sweet white floral vibes, 𝘵𝘁𝘄𝘄𝘄, beautiful. Should lasted like 9 hours. Next one. So when I came back to the lab and started testing out the fragrances one more time, this one just started calling me and it smelled way better on skin, and that's 𝘄𝘄𝘄. I have 𝘄𝘄𝘄 on the test strip here, and honestly, 𝘄𝘄𝘄 is just a romantic earthy rose. It's got a little bit of a dirt, it's got a slight funk. The oud here is potent, no joke, and off the skin in about 5 to 10 minutes it starts to calm down, because in the opening you do smell that natural oud or that high concentrated real deal oud. It's funky. This shit's a little bit powerful, it's a little bit stinky, but the skin has to do its things for it to calm down and kind of just be on some chill vibes. This felt very romantic and dark. This one caters definitely more to the colder weather, fall, winter. Definitely I see the shine factor in this piece. But the rose here is sweet enough to not make it old lady-ish. The oud here is natural enough, but not so much that it makes it smell like a dirty asshole. Very masculine vibe, very diesel, but way better off the skin than it is on the test strip. This is definitely one I would recommend from the entire lineup, or at least of the ones that I've smelled. And 𝘄𝘄𝘄 definitely is a cold weather beast. Next one. I think this one would be the number 2 most popular in that lineup, and that's Paramore, which sounds like a 2001 rock band. Paramore is kind of in the space of Tuscan leather, Whitty in London. And if I took a little bit of like a Triumph de Bacchus sweetness and put it combined with like Whitty in London or Tuscan leather, raspberry hide-ish kind of vibe, that's kind of what I get from this joint. I love it. I think this is perfect. I think it's a perfect scent profile, but some people may find it overly sweet. For me, I lean more towards the sweeter fragrances that are just like right teeter-tottering on the borderline of throwing yourself off a cliff of sweetness. But on my skin, the sweetness lasts a decent amount, but it comes down into something very balanced. But I think it has enough raspberry tartness and citric sourness to help compensate for that sweetness. At least that's what it does for my skin. This is probably the number 2 popular, in my opinion, in this lineup if I were to recommend joints. So if you like that Tuscan leather, Triumph Tobacco sweetness mixed with a little witty in London, that's what you're gonna get in Paramore. Sweet, leathery, caramel, vanillic, leather, fire, super sexy. More cold weather as well, but I'll pull this shit off now. The sweetness here is absolutely fire. It's right up my alley. This one would be number 2 in the lineup. But Angam gets mad love for like creativity. A little bit of a Jubilation 25 essence. I wore this yesterday on my wrist, testing these joints out. And it gave me a little bit of mental Amouage Jubilation 25 vibes, which in turn gave me this, did I get that on the initial spray? This isn't the first time that I've worn or smelled these joints, but I don't remember getting that Jubilation 25 essence out of this joint. And I was like, it's got a little clove action, it's got a little vanilla, little sandalwood, and then you got that manzana. This has a little Jubilation vibe, and I'm like, yo, top 3 definitely in that lineup. For me, Paramore would be number 2. Angam would be number 3, fall and winter appropriate, but wear whatever, whenever. And for me, number 1 is still Oud Aqualeria. For me, this joint just slaps. Wow. Sweet, candied, some childhood candy that I can't think of all rip reminds me of this joint. There was a candy, like I feel like I remember it was a little square candy. It was like a white not cellophane, white wrapper, kind of paper waxy, that smelled like this joint. That's bringing me freaking back. Sweet, a little green. I don't know if this one has apple in it also, but I'm getting kind of like a sweet, kind of apple candy vibe with some red florals. I love this one. I absolutely love this one. If you're gonna try out the House of Oman Luxury, which I think is still under the radar, it's kind of like a little Amouage comp. Like they got that potency, they got the fire materials, they got performance, but those are the 5 that I would recommend that you at least sample. These joints are available at Max Aroma. I don't know who else is holding that line, but Max Aroma for sure is the one who put me onto these joints. So for me, again, it would be Dehan, Belfiore. It's so fucking nice. This is when I have like my anxiety attacks. I just wear this shit. Angam, Paramore, and Oud Aqualeria. These 3 right here, picante. I'll put a link in the description if you guys are interested. Check out the House of Oman Luxury. You might find some gems there that you would appreciate. Again, sample first. Don't go ahead, blow the bag. Unless they got some wild coupons. I do have a promo code. You can use that in the link in the description. I'll see y'all stitches next time. You know who it is. Biggest in the game. Smooches.
What's fresh? Who's best? One of them's gonna pass the test. For the fly gun holder, money folder, motor roller, start tag when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.